All right, continuing the Copernicus dev blog. So let's take, so in the last lesson, I kind of explicitly put these planes here. You could just copy these planes, you could use transforms, but that's very hand cranky. And like Houdini, like you kind of don't, you kind of want to be hands off. You kind of want to build the system, take a few user inputs, and let the system do its thing. So in the last one, I used the labs pick and place tool. So let's try to use instead of pick and place to do it by hand. Try to scatter let's try to scatter some images across this guy. Now I know there is there's a stamp points node, but that's very Houdini centric. Centric what it's doing. I want to kind of try to build this stuff using just data principles. So maybe I'll definitely do a video on that one, but like I said, Nine Between, Inside the Mind, Rohan Dalvi, they've all kind of covered and even Houdini's page in general, they've already covered this. I want to try to do some edge case stuff in this dev blog because it is a development blog. I'm kind of showing you my thought process as I build it. So let's do a scatter, and we'll plug our outpig into our scatter. And that's way too many points. Let's do force total count. Let's also change my background so we can see. Okay. So yeah, we'll say those are the points. And then I want to, did I give this normals? So let's look at my geometry spreadsheet, split top bottom spreadsheet. Do I have normals here? So I don't have any point normals. So I need to pick up point normals for this because I need that normal to orient my my plane. So let's do normal, and we'll give these points, and let's make sure that we have them. Yeah. So there are my normals. So that's going to give me my rotation of my my patch plane here. So my patch, what I want. So this is my out patch. And I may have to rotate this to, I think I do have to rotate this forward because in Houdini, the normal direction is usually, if not always, Z. So I'm going to put a transform down here. Transform down here. And I'm just going to rotate this guy in X 90 degrees. Awesome. Okay. So now I'll do a copy to points. Copy to points should get, looks like this. Let's make sure that our pig, that is sticking to our pig. Dope. So what I could also do is, because these are kind of random, and so I'm getting some of these on the edge. So this could fall down horribly. So I think what I'll do is I'll take that ray setup again. So I'll make a ray and I'll try to ray these down. Actually, no, let's do this step by step. Okay. So let's come out here and let's grab this out patch and let's plug it into here. Fingers crossed. See what happens. Not too bad. Not too bad. I think I need to go back into Copernicus. What am I using here? Let's see. So I'm getting something. Like I said, I haven't tried this yet. So we're getting this. I'm not getting my herringbone pattern here. So unseen results. Okay, so let's see. Let's diagnose what's happening. So I'm looking here and I'm just getting these blobs. And I think it's coming from, if I look at the result of my copy to points, right? If I look at the result of my copy to points, I have my my UV texture visualizer on here. And if I look at my here, I have UVs. And here I don't. Like, they're all kind of different colors. So let's look at so I'm transferring from my base all of this. Basically, this is what I'm not transferring. So I also want to not transfer. So I'm going to say Shift 6, which is a caret, and then I'm going to say UV. There we go. So my UV was basically being overwritten by the UVs on my pig. So let's see if that helps with our CovNet. There we go. There it is. There it is. That's really, really cool. That's really cool. And these, they're doing their best. They're definitely doing their best. So let's try one more thing. And oh, actually, before I do that, let me make sure that these different kind of setups working. There's my herringbone. There's my color. And then here's my, so I'm literally putting egg all over this guy's face. Really, really cool. So I'm getting some, so let's take, and I think it's because I have this transform here. Let's put that shear back to 0. Don't know why I use that. And let's take that uniform scale and we'll actually make them smaller. And then I'm going to take my border and let's set that to clip. So it's just one thing. So now I have egg all over my pig's face. Super cool. And the great thing is you can see that some of these they go over like this. Is there's a UV seam here, and you can see it like these are really pixelated because in the pig head for the bottom part I guess they figured it wasn't as important, so this has a very low texture density, and the rest of the pig has very high texture density. So you can see that it's working, like it's going over that texture seam, irregardless of what's happening. Even in here, it's going over that texture seam. And once again, like it really, the only thing this system really cares about is the patches. You can generate those patches however you see fit. Like you could draw your geometry on here, and as long as that geometry has UV values, that will that'll what's the word I'm looking for, transfer over. So you could use, I mean, the possibilities are endless. You could use the trace node, you could use the poly draw with some of the UV tools, and it's just this giant open playground where if you know just a few tricks, you can do a lot of damage. So yeah. I think I'm gonna leave this here. So let's make sure that this works with more points. So I'll start to bring these up, and yeah. So at some point they'll start overlapping. I haven't really figured that out. Once again, said this is a dev blog, but this is very promising. This is very promising. What we could also do is, so I have all these points here, and I think they're overlapping. There's so many of them, they're overlapping. This is, I originally thought of this as like making like decals and stickers and stuff for whatever I'm doing. So I don't really want to cover, if I wanted to actually cover everything, I would probably use the stamp to points, but this is for something very specific. So let's try one more time. So I'm going to take I'm going to do a ray. I'm going to try to ray these down to my original pig head here. See what that gives me. And I'm going to do minimum distance. And so those are all going to get projected down onto there. So this is just scattering, so it's kind of projecting them down. I could also possibly maybe do a delta mesh to kind of bring them back. Let's see, geometry, and then my original geometry would be here. Yeah, so that's kind of smoothing, that delta mesh is kind of smoothing out some of those really hard parts. Because remember, I don't have to get it exact. It just has to be close. So that delta mesh is giving me this nice transition here. It's giving me this nice transition around this corner. It's giving me that nice transition around the corner. So let's grab and plug that in. And let's go back and look at our Copernicus. And yeah, ooh, that's looking much better. So some of that tearing and some of that ripping that I was having before, the delta mush and the ray kind of really helped that out. Super cool. So I really enjoyed doing this. I really enjoyed putting this together. Hopefully there are people who are going to watch it. Hopefully there are people who are going to get something out of it. And I think I'm planning in the next series to do just straight planar map projection and how that works, because it's similar, but it's just a little bit different. So yeah, as I said before, thinking in data, using that data, understanding that data, manipulating that data is the true power of computer graphics, right? Move beyond pressing buttons and like just following tutorials and start making your own stuff. Become a good chef. A good chef doesn't need much. So as always, I hope you got something out of this, and I hope you enjoyed these ramblings, and I'll see you in the next lesson.